Yo! Yo! Is this thing on? How we doing, folks? How we doing? It's been a minute. Actually, it hasn't been that long. Who's here already? Who's here? Trashman111, Ben Holscher. Omayawa Rasso. What's up, everybody? No Way Gotta Move again. Haven't had the chance to catch up with the latest videos. Hopefully you are. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is a step up. This will be a step up. Step down in rent, actually, but step up in convenience for the kind of things that I do, you know? Because this is a duplex, for y'all that don't know. And I've been able to get away with making so much noise because there hasn't been a tenant in the other half for the better part of a year. But somebody just bought it. So I'm getting out at the right time. Happy Sawdust Sunday. I got sawdust all over me. All over my desk. Sawdust in my coffee cup, as usual. I've been woodworking, doing some like proper woodworking. Normally on my channel I do shoddy stuff because I'm building things for myself and I don't care what my own stuff looks like, but I'm making a birthday gift for my buddy, and so I was actually trying to make it look good, which means lots of routering edges and rounding things over and lots of sanding. So I'm waiting on the stain to set on that. I'm making him a guitar pedal board, but it's all out of wood. Very, very premium. At least as premium as I can do. There's little screw-ups here and there. What's up? What's up? Howdy, howdy. Hi, Bev. What's up? Are you gonna craft something today? Nah, not today. Just hanging out. Real impromptu live stream. I just realized I don't have much going on until a friend gets here in a few hours. So figured I would go live for a bit, see what's going on. I need to touch base more often. I've been a little lazy, I hate to admit it. But I haven't been outputting as much as I want to do. But it's tough to be motivated like right before a move, you know? Because I know I'm going to have to, like, anything I build, I'm going to have to tear down and move. So it's like, I just want it to be over with, you know? Hello from Michigan. What's up? Kevin, good to see you. Mr. Monsma, since when do you stream? Infrequently. I used to do it more often. And we'll get back to it. I need to find my, like, regular time that makes sense. Because I know I have a lot of viewers, like, in the EU, but also West Coast, so it's, like, hard to balance. I feel like around now, 2 to 4 p.m. my time is decent, because it's, like, you know, it's, like, 11 in California right now, but it's not extremely late in Europe. But yeah, not crafting anything specific today. I've been trying to figure out the balance with that kind of stuff. Because, like, I love the idea of doing, like, a lot of my videos on stream and, like, just building things and having long streams where, like, everyone can hang out and watch the long form version of a project, or you can watch the cut down version later. Like, a lot of gaming streamers do that kind of thing, and I think that's a cool format. I just don't know if I'm built for it. Like, I can manage a stream when it's just me talking to the chat, but when it's me talking to the chat plus trying to build something, I feel like I can't think as well. But we'll see. I'm going to keep experimenting with the formats. Oh yeah, also let me know if my microphone starts doing the thing. regular viewers of the stream will know what the thing is. It'll start kind of going robot mode, and that's just how it's going to be on my live streams until I have the money to buy a new audio interface. I think it's a power thing, because it's just powered over USB-C, and so sometimes the computer gets overwhelmed and can't put out enough power. I'll say I usually can't watch on Sundays, and imagine a few of us all have church stuff. Yeah, for sure. I'll probably like 4 p.m. on weekdays is roughly my idea for the future. Oh yeah, Kevin, yeah. Live shock mount setup. Yeah, Kevin sent me a shock mount in the mail. And I got a letter. So I'll open those. Where's my knife? Ooh, I keep forgetting that that's the whole point of the shock mount, is so that when I like close a drawer like that, it doesn't make a giant sound. So this is much needed. Let's see how big this sucker is. See if it's too unwieldy for this mic. Oh yeah. No, that's big, but I feel like that'll work fine. I'm not going to set it up on stream because that would just be a nightmare. It's a Blue brand. Is this for the Blue Snowball? That was my first microphone. Sick. But yeah, once I get the mic mounted up on that, kind of isolate the sound a little bit. Ooh, and photos. Ooh, I didn't know you sent other stuff. Evan, thanks for being the most genuine person on YouTube. I hate the Mr. Beastification of the platform. Me too, brother. You got an awesome community and awesome content. Keep up the good work, great videos, and remember to go live every now and then. I'm here now. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for kickstarting my photography hobby. I've been getting better. Send you prints. Ran out of space. Keep up the amazing work. Hell yeah. Do you care if I show these on stream, Kevin? Or would you rather I don't? Oh, hell yeah. Are these film or digital? Sick. Thanks for sending these, bro. I want to, like, set up some place to hang up things that people send. Share them. Digital prints. We got... Oh, my lighting is bad. Oh, and they're all labeled. Perito Moreno Glacier. There's the glacier. I need better lighting here. And autofocus. I broke all my autofocus lenses. Have I talked about that? I don't have any autofocus anymore. Sick. Ooh, a nice bird. Oh, I like this one. That's my favorite. Colors on this one go hard. Sweet. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. Bro, why do you move so much? It's been 2 years here, which is long for me. But yeah, I know. It's because I am bonkers. I don't know. I keep trying things, man. I don't know. Like, what I'm trying to do creatively keeps changing, and so the way that I need to set up my space and even where I need to be in the world changes. Like, I moved away from Indiana to Cleveland for a job, and then I moved back when that job went out of business, and then I just kind of went all in with all my savings to make YouTube a full-time thing. So then I've been back here. I moved into this house because it was just the most convenient thing. I already had a friend living here. But I did not pick this house. I didn't want to be in a duplex at all. Because obviously, you know, working with power tools, this is a bedroom. The other side of this wall right here is the neighbor's bedroom. So it's like understandably restrictive what I can do in this space. But I had to take this space because, to be honest, I didn't have enough money or income to get approved as a renter anywhere. So I made my way into this place under the table a little bit because I was not making any money. And then this next place we're getting through a friend of a friend. So, you know, I'm moving a lot because life's crazy. And at the end of the day, I'm 25 years old. I'm still figuring stuff out, and I'm still broke as hell. So, that's why I move a lot. We have a letter here from Seth Fleming. Let's see. There's a note. To Evan, this is my third time writing you fan mail. I decided to send you this because your work inspires me. The ideology you follow of repurposing and making the most out of what you have is impactful to me. Came across your content with the month of making, the filmography, and simple yet effective editing style hooked me. Happy people like you have been able to grow on these online platforms. Keep making for the sake of making. It's sick. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate that. I love to hear that kind of thing. I missed the month of making. I'll be back to that. Next October for sure. I'll be set up in the new place. It'll be sick. What P.O. box can I send to? It's in the description of the stream and all the videos. I usually open them in the first 30 minutes or so of the streams. Does he read chat? Nah. New solution, squat in a warehouse. I've thought about it. See, the problem is there's so many fun things that I could do that I can't do because thousands of people see when I do things. And so, like, you know, if I were to buy some land and build a little house that's not permitted, I could feasibly do that in the woods somewhere and never have the government find out. But if I'm making videos about, like, hey guys, watch me build my unpermitted tiny house, then somebody's gonna snitch. Same thing with squatting in a warehouse, you know? I could live for so much cheaper, but, like, for the price that I pay for rent here, I could get a little space with, like, a 10-foot overhead garage door and, you know, bare minimum utilities and just squat there. But that's illegal. Next space gonna be bigger? Undetermined. My options are I could set up in a second floor bedroom, basically exactly the same as this, like a 15 by 15 foot bedroom, or I could set up in the basement, which would be like double the usable square footage. The downside of the basement is, well, first off, I'm like weirdly tall, and so basements are not the best for me. But for real long-time viewers of the channel, like one of the first videos on my channel I made in a basement of my friend's college house. And that ceiling in that basement was 3 inches shorter than me. So I could only stand up straight in my space if I stuck my head between the subfloor rafters. But this new space is at least tall enough that I can stand up. I'll be hitting my head on light bulbs and stuff, but I can stand up. So it's, do I want more square footage? Or do I want higher ceilings? Undecided yet. The old cellar? Yes. How tall are you? What's your shoe size? Funny combo of questions. Uh, I'm 6'8", and I wear a size 13. I'm I'm a I'm a big boy. I ate my broccoli when I grew up. Any recommendations or tips for getting a B4 mount to E mount? Trying to put a new lens I got from Marketplace for cheap on my FX3. It's all about flange distance. Off the top of my head, I want to say B4 is 45 millimeters and Sony E is 15, something like that. It's a difference of 30, I think. So as long as the flange on the B4 mount is 30 millimeters away from the Sony flange, it should focus correctly. But then at the same time, when I made my adapter, I was having weird inconsistencies with that. So I don't know. What I will say is, it's not very helpful right now, but in the next 2 months, I'm gonna do a Redux, version 2 of the B4 adapter, and I'll share my STLs once I get that flange distance figured out. And then if you have access to a 3D printer, whether you have one or through a library or whatever, you can just print one. The only thing with that is you want to make sure if you're using 3D printed adapters with giant lenses that you put a lens support so it doesn't snap. I already broke the adapter that I have. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, I just elbowed the mic. See, this is my 3D printed adapter, and I snapped the rear flange off because I was being dumb and using it without a lens support. It was when I was testing my new top handle. I was just swinging it around too much and broke the thing. Go for the one where you can stand up your back. Well, thank you. Oh, I know. Well, it is tall enough I can stand. I think the tall ceilings would be better unless the basement's really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to keep thinking about it. Because my thought with the basement is it's got a door that goes into the house, but it's also got a door that goes directly outside. And so when I'm working inside and outside, things like spray painting and wood staining that I really should do outside for fumes. Right now, sometimes I do a lot of that stuff indoors because I don't want to have to, track my boots all the way through the upstairs hallway, down the steps, through my kitchen to get outside. So having just direct outdoor access, especially for moving scrap wood and materials, and it sounds so much better. Plus, I've never actually had a separate workshop from my bedroom. And that kind of sounds nice, so I don't know. I think I'm going to try it out in the basement, as long as it doesn't flood down there. We'll find out. Evan is 16 foot according to the lore. I don't remember this, but please keep us updated on that. Trying to use a 3D printer from the public library. Actually, it's clutch. Yeah, no, I did that for a while. That is the way. Until you do it enough that it makes more financial sense to just own one, because they're pretty cheap now. Who do you follow on YouTube for maker stuff? I've always watched you, Van Neistat, and Adam Savage. I've learned a ton. Thanks for doing what you do. Yeah, Van Neistat was a big inspo for me early. I haven't watched him as much lately. Adam Savage, I have been watching a lot. To be honest, I don't watch a ton of maker content, and I have trouble articulating why. But I feel like I like to just do my own thing and not be super influenced. Uh, because what I really find fun about hands-on making is problem solving. And sometimes this is gonna sound stupid, but sometimes it's more fun to not know how to do something. So like, I will intentionally not watch other people do things so that I can figure it out myself, because that's just what I like. And sometimes that leads me to finding better solutions than I would have done if I just copied what I'd seen somebody else do. Um, but yeah, currently the only makers I really watch consistently, I watch all of Colt Kerwin's stuff because he's a friend. Van, on occasion when he releases like an actual long form thing, but mostly Adam Savage, Bo Miles. I like him. He's fixing up an old house right now, which is something I really would like to do at some point. Um, Bought a 3D printer thanks to you. Put almost 400 hours on it in like 2 or 3 months. Hell yeah. Getting good use out of it. That's like $1 per hour. um, Hello, Evan. Look forward to your moving in videos. Hell yeah. Yeah, they'll be coming soon. I get the new place July 1st. And then I have 1 month of double rent, where I'll have both places. And I'll move at some point in the middle of July, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, the tough thing about the lower ceilings, though, almost more than just comfort, is the fact that I've built all of this shelving to like 8-foot ceilings. And so I kind of have to adjust a lot of it if I move to 7-foot ceilings or 6'10" ceilings or whatever it is. You staying in Indiana still? Yeah, I'm only moving like 10 minutes away, so it won't be bad. But it's a whole house to myself, so I can make as much noise. Or, well, me and Michael. I'm still staying with the same roommate. But not a duplex and not nearly as dense of a neighborhood and cheaper rent, which is big for me. Evan, do you like multi-tools, the pocket knife type, not the power tool? I haven't gotten into it that much, honestly. I'm not a big EDC guy for whatever reason. I kind of carry all my EDC tools that would be on a multi-tool in my car. And I just have a ridiculous amount of tools in my car for when I need things on the go. You like Louis Rossman? Yeah, I used to watch him a lot. I haven't tuned in as much lately, but I really like what he's doing with all the right to repair and trying to make legislation happen. It's very admirable. Gonna be tough moving all your gear to a new place, especially if it's fragile electronics. We'll see. I've moved most of this stuff a few times. All the furniture is meant to come apart, so it's not too awful. How often do you consider doing unethical things for money so you can do what you want without having to really think about it to keep it real? Oh yeah, I pay my rent by like robbing stores all the time. Big theft guy here. No, I mean that's a real thing, especially on YouTube, like, getting sponsor proposals from companies that I don't like. Gambling ads, etc. I just got one yesterday that would really help me financially, but I'm not going to take it. And it's like some payday loan, well, not payday loans, but one of those like paycheck advance apps. And I'm like, I don't want to I don't want to shill out that kind of thing. I'm sure it would be fine, but like people get it these days on YouTube. You have to take sponsors to make a living, especially for smaller channels, but like some things is just too far. Sarcasm goes crazy. Oh, you thought that was sarcasm? No, I really rob stores. Every Saturday I go to the Gucci store and just hold it up, and then I sell all of it on eBay. Right after you said that, I'm getting an ad. Oh no. How many ads play on YouTube Live? I don't know. I hit the new live stream ads. My apologies. I think I can choose to run them at certain times, but I don't know where I actually do that. I can insert an ad. I can intentionally run one right now. What happens if I... Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I thought when I clicked it that it would give me options of like how many ads you want to run. Oh no. I'm sorry. Whoopsie. Are the viewers gonna drop now? YouTube Premium gang? Yeah. I pay for YouTube Premium instead of Netflix or Hulu or anything. Because I just watch way more on YouTube. It's the only like service I pay for. What's your thoughts on ad blockers? Block the hell out of the ads. Do it. I don't care. I get so much more support from people choosing to donate directly on my website than I do from ads at this small of a size. Like, you can do the math. It's between $3 and $5 per 1,000 views. I'm averaging 10,000, 15,000 views per video. It's not enough for, I'm not going to get mad at anybody for running ad blockers. At the end of the day, I just want people to enjoy the content. Wonder if it's possible to subtly hint all throughout the video that gambling is bad and then take a gambling sponsorship. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing it, though. You have a website? Is it a portfolio kind of thing? It's mainly just it's my version of Patreon instead of setting up a Patreon, because the fees are lower for when I launch physical products, which I keep saying I'm going to do and then I don't do. But yeah, it's basically there as Patreon. You can donate or be a member, which gets you ad-free uploads of all my videos if you don't have YouTube Premium or ad blockers. And downloads for all my music that I make for the videos. Bet you'll find this funny. I got the B4 lens for $80, but drove all the way to South Bend from Toledo. That's really funny because when I bought my B4 lens, I drove from roughly South Bend to roughly Toledo. It was Western Ohio. I think it was maybe an hour south of Toledo. But I made roughly the opposite drive to get my B4 lens. That's funny. Just got here. What's going on? Just hanging out, asking questions, chatting. Just recently started seeing your content. Huge fan. Keep it up. Thank you. Much more to come. I've been putting out like 2 or 3 a month, and I'm trying to work my way back up. I feel good about this new era kind of starting as I'm moving. Trying to just be less perfectionist about things and put out more. Making a cassette holder for the whip, the old Toyota KE70. Nice. Sick. I've thought about doing something similar. I kind of want to get into CDs and just have a whole rack of CDs in my car instead of having it all on the phone, you know? Lots of Indiana folks here used to live in Kokomo, now Milford, close to Warsaw. Nice. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that area. Fun fact, I used to work for a company. I did asphalt for a while, and my specialty was I would paint the lines on parking lots. I would run the little cart with the spray gun. So, I mean, it's all been done over by now because people redo the parking lots every year or two, but there's plenty of parking lots in Milford that I painted myself. A couple Lake City banks, couple McDonald's. Super random fun fact, but I remember one time I did a gas station around there. It was close to one of the highways, and I just when traffic stopped, there was like a motorized attachment that you could put on the airbrush cart, so I could like motorized paint the lines on the parking lots, and I just peeled out of the gas station and started taking it down the highway. And that was funny as hell. Create an evil Evan Monsma channel just for the gambling sponsors. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, happy Pride Month. Yeah. Love the aesthetics of the channel. Started following a couple weeks ago. Thank you. Appreciate it. Where are you going? I'm staying in Indianapolis. Just down the street to a different house, which will have much better... well, potentially I have a garage. It's not confirmed yet, and it's not like I can't fully set my stuff up in there. But I'll have access to it for some car stuff, which is exciting. And the new basement space, I think, will be nice. Oh yeah, I got a CD rack in my Volvo and now cassettes in my Toyota. Sick. So you maintain both physical media collections. That's fun. I guess because some artists do cassettes as like I've seen small artists do cassettes as a vibes thing to have some physical media, but they don't do a CD release. But then a lot of more mainstream stuff, they'll do a CD release and not a cassette. So, I don't know. I feel like CDs is the easiest one to just rip your own, burn your own CDs, which is what I would do. Because I ain't paying $20 or $10 per CD to have unless it's an artist I really want to support, obviously. Love that my Medium auto destroys just because. Yeah, it's like VHS. I just got a new CRT, by the way, that has a DVD player in it. So now I can do some, collect some DVDs, which I only have one of right now. I have Shaolin Soccer on DVD, and that's my only one. But this new CRT is like my sharpest color CRT by far. So now I want to get like a Nintendo Wii and have a little gaming setup in the new house. Just as an occasional thing to relax. I want to play some Mario Galaxy. Hey Monsma, I'm a video producer in Korea, watching your videos one by one through the translator. It inspired me so much, and I found dream and mindset that I've forgotten with a lot of regrets. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. That translator feature is really something. I don't know if it's AI powered or what. I'm conflicted on if that's a good... I feel like that's a good use of AI, right? It like takes the voice and translates it while keeping all the audio. So it's like the drill noises will stay in there and the music stays in there, I think, but it just changes my voice, which is like sick. I don't know. Like it allows people to, I don't know, but it also in theory takes away jobs from people that could get paid to translate, but I can't do that, you know? So I don't know. I think that's really cool though. That like, that my videos can be viewed from all different languages without it needing to be just captions. It does get annoying though. Sometimes it does it when it's not actually a different language and then it's just AI for no reason. Hey, when you move, where do you move? Do you move with your mate? Yep, staying with Michael. And we were just setting up in a different house 10 minutes away. Shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. Yo, this is my first stream. Dream of having a dream of having a studio like this, but my wife doesn't agree. That's what a garage is for. A classic man cave, or I don't know. That's unfortunate. You gotta find a way to have your crazy space. Any thoughts on Van's downfall? I'm not gonna comment on it. I mean, he puts out good videos still. It's just, I think the issue is he is a very pure artist in the sense that I'm pretty sure he has his wife put out the videos for him and he never sees the YouTube analytics or the comments. But he's doing a couple things that I think maybe he should read the comments about, because the endless clipping of the same video, it's more confusing than if he just put out the long form video every couple months. Because it's like he would get more views that way instead of it being confusing which one is a real video and which one is a clip of the real video, you know? But he'll figure it out, I imagine. Casey's been back, though. That's been sick to see, posting every couple days. Bro, what's next for the channel? Are brands coming more often? What's your main job? Off and on with having another job. Most recently, I worked at a Harbor Freight to pay the bills and also get a employee discount, which I utilized too much, probably. At this moment, YouTube is the only thing, because I'm in Indiana and I can keep expenses relatively low. You know, as a young single guy, you can live off of very, very little. I only need like $1,500 a month to survive. And at least lately, between the Squarespace ads and the members that directly support me on my website, those two add up to be like about that. So I can just skate by food, rent, and utilities. And then anything that YouTube makes on ad revenue, which is usually just a couple $100, is budget on top to go towards materials for the videos, on the occasion that I actually buy new wood instead of using scrap wood. So yeah, full time at the moment, and it seems to be on the up and up. I need to lock in and keep posting more. But we're getting there. You gonna film the move and set up in the new space? Yeah, for sure. To the best of my ability. You'll see the whole studio set up from scratch, and you'll see this room go back to just a whole bunch of white walls, which will be funny to see. Give us a house tour before you leave. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. I don't know how much people care, but we'll see. I might do it. I always have trouble like gauging what, like at the end of the day, I just make what I want to make, but also it's like, you know, does anybody actually want a house tour from a camera modding and shelf building channel? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe as a live stream. I don't know. Or second channel. That's what the second channel's for. Hey, Evan, greetings from Argentina here. I've been watching your content for more than a year, and I say you really inspired me to start posting my own projects and streaming. Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm glad I could inspire. Ever missed that old apartment from 2 or 3 years ago with the huge window and all? Yeah, back in Cleveland. Every once in a while, I think about moving back to Cleveland and trying to get. I could definitely get back in that same building. That was really a nice space for the money. That was only $760 a month, and it was so small. And my workshop, it was like this size. It was the size of this room, but if that wall was my kitchen, that was the space. But it had such high ceilings, and the lighting was so cool. And I really love Cleveland. I miss Cleveland. But yeah, I miss that space for sure. And there's not anything available like that in Indianapolis for less than $1,400 a month, which I just can't do. But we'll see. We'll see. Shelf building channel. We care a lot about. Okay, I appreciate it. Well, I know everybody in the live stream is going to say that. But yeah, appreciate it. I have been thinking, though, about. I think this next move will be my last one in Indianapolis. I keep calling it Indy. I don't know if people outside of Indianapolis or outside of the U.S. know it as Indy. But I think I gotta move again. Like, if I'm getting to the point where I can somewhat sustainably be full-time on YouTube, it's kind of crazy not to, like, move around the country, you know? Because, like, why not? It's a couple $1,000 maybe for a U-Haul and moving everything. If I were to move across the country, been thinking about Colorado, been thinking about East Coast. Oh, what did Devin say? I'm this close to quitting New York and coming back to Indiana to do art full time. Really? You think the hustle isn't, like, worth it for the extra? I don't know. I always hear stuff of, like, New York really forces you to hustle. And I'm curious, like, I'm sure it's different for different personalities. I'd be curious to hear more about that. Because it's like, if I had enough money to, and maybe I'll get there in the next couple of years, if I had enough money to try New York City, I feel like for a year, I don't think I would settle there, but I think I could learn a lot going there. Ads again? Does everybody get the ads at the same time? I guess, well, if they do, they're all watching them right now, so they won't hear what I say. But I don't know how it works. I know on Twitch, everybody gets ads. Oh, wait a minute. Am I streaming on Twitch right now? I think I have it set up to dual stream. Hold up. I forgot I did that. I am. Oh, hello. Hello to the 3 people in Twitch chat. I forgot I set that up. Well, yeah, I guess for those of you in chat that if any of you watch Twitch and have Twitch Turbo and you want to avoid live stream ads, you can go to twitch.tv/Evan Monsma and watch there. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Prime account to Twitch and get ad-free over there without paying anything. The ad was literally a video of a guy changing oil, no editing, no words or dialogue. That's kind of lit. That actually reminds me, somebody was asking before what my favorite maker channels are. One of my favorites that I don't hear talked about enough, Simon Fordman. He's so good, and it's like, I don't know, you have to be a particular kind of maker to, like, appreciate that kind of, but it's like an hour-long video, no words, of just him fixing up old cars with just beautiful cinematography. He's really inspiring in a sense of sound design and pacing, and I even admired the way that he makes everything look so cinematic without going crazy on the color grading, you know? I don't know. He's just so sick. If you're into cars, especially vintage cars, check out Simon Fordman. Incredible channel. Josue with the $5. Here's a plank of kind of fancy wood. Thank you. JK wanted to say thanks for inspiring me to create more instead of only consuming. It's been great. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love hearing that. Oh, I can do a donation goal. Is that a new feature? Goal amount. Wait, let's see what this does. Hold on. I can set the goal amount to 50 super chats. And then super chats over $100. What does this look like? So yeah, we have it's a donation goal for $5,000. We're definitely gonna hit that, chat. No, I'm removing it. Or what is it? What does it even do? I don't know. I'm canceling it. Or I can set a goal for 1 super chat. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that because I want to see what happens. We now have a goal for 1 super chat of any size. I swear Twitch's quality is so much nicer. The ads are annoying though. Yeah, Twitch has worse ads if you're not subscribed. Twitch has way worse ads. And they're really awful ads too. It's like these super cringy gaming ads. Oh, thank you, Henders, for the subscription with Prime on Twitch. Oh wow, Twitch is at 13 viewers now. Okay. There's a handful of Twitch Turbo users, I guess, then. Shout out to y'all. Oh, you did it. Your goal is complete. Thank you. For the Josue with another 2. Thank you. What did the goal do? Did it put like confetti in the chat or anything? What happened? It just says goal achieved thanks to the participants. Thank you, Forrest, also with the $5. Been watching for a while. Your creativity knows no bounds. Keep up the great work, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well done on achieving your goal. I know. I'd just like to heartfelt thank everybody. It was really tough getting there. For real, thank you, though. Nope, got no confetti. It didn't do anything? That's crazy. Okay, enough screwing around. The coffee is starting to hit. I'm usually a 1 cup of coffee a day kind of guy right now, but I've had 2 today. And now I'm all jittery. Where was I? Make a tutorial of your style of color grading and shooting, please. Maybe. I feel like that sounds boring to anybody that doesn't care about... Because like I make a lot of camera videos, but I feel like that stuff is still generally interesting to makers that don't care about cameras, but like color grading, I don't know. That's a little tougher. Love your channel. Keep uploading. We're here for it. Thank you for the $5. DC Sound Op. Good to see you again. I think you're the reason my feed has been infiltrated with car videos. I never watched any car videos until your series. Can't wait for it to come back. Me too. I've been really wanting to work on the car again. But it's just... That's an after the move thing because I have so much more space in the new place. It's tough working like at this house. I'm just working in the back alley in a shared driveway, which is tough. Wait, you're leaving this house? Yeah. Mid-July. Well, started July, I get the new place. But I probably won't move till second week or so. Shooting style tutorial would be kind of cool. I do end up usually working with film instead of digital though. Nice, nice. Gideon with $10 got to one up the other donations. Thank you. Thank you. That's actually so big. Believe it or not, the combined total of the donations in this stream adds up to like more than I make off of the ads on a video normally. So thank you. Yeah, maybe I could make a shooting style tutorial. I mean, basically it's just over the shoulder, manual focus. I lock the ISO, like everything is consistent. And then my zoom lens is variable aperture because I have a super zoom. So everything is shot on this one lens, but it gets darker as you zoom in. So I have an ND filter on there to brighten it up as I zoom. So when I go wider, I darken it. And when I zoom in, I brighten it. I guess there's stuff I could talk about with the way that I do the audio and such. The lav mic clipped to the hat. Did we talk about the haircut? Talk about haircut, please. Yeah, I chopped it all off. I don't know why I let it grow that long. I just like, I guess it's an early 20s thing. I was like, I would just want to try having my hair shorter than I've ever had it and having my hair longer than I've ever had it. So like 3 years ago, I completely did a buzz cut. I don't know if that ever showed up in videos because I always wear hats. But I did a buzz cut and then I didn't cut my hair for like 3 years. So now it's short again because that's just better for the summer. I cut it myself and I use my camera setup with a monitor so I can see the back of my head. So I set up like as if I'm streaming and the camera's behind me and then I can line up everything, which is really funny to use a cinema camera for a haircut, but it works. Never paid for a haircut. Having trouble subscribing on your website. Interesting. You know, I think what I'm gonna do, and let me know if this is confusing, but I think because, so I have my own website set up for donations and memberships because it's just better that way for integration with selling physical products. But I think what I'm gonna do, because a lot of people are already kind of in the Patreon ecosystem, is also open a Patreon, because I think that works better internationally and with different currencies, and probably on mobile as well if you're on your phone. So for people who prefer Patreon or maybe even YouTube memberships, I might just open up memberships on all three platforms because, like, why not? It's not that much extra work for me to upload any bonus content to all three platforms, so that's probably something I'll do. I think once I'm set up in my new space, I'm gonna kind of have a little State of the Union video where I kind of, you know, the rare dreaded channel update where I talk about just all kinds of different things, and I'll probably launch Patreon. Also, somebody asked about the hats a minute ago. Oh yeah, there it is. Dude, you really need to get that sewing machine out and get those caps made. I'm in the UK and want one. That's a good talking point. I was going to embroider them all myself. My embroidery machine works great. I finally figured out how to get it. I've been working on it behind the scenes. I've got really good results out of it. I figured out the software for shirts and hoodies and crew necks, flat fabrics. Hats are tough. The way a normal hat embroidery machine works is it's rotary, and instead of like a CNC moving 2-axis, it rotates as it goes. And that's just not something my machine is set up to do. And the hat blanks I have are like thick canvas, so they won't lay flat. So really I need a proper hat embroidery machine to do that, which is even on Facebook Marketplace $2,000-3,000. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'll announce all this in a video once it's happening in the next month or two, once I've moved. I'm gonna do some level of print on demand stuff where it's not made in my studio like I was talking about. I'll still do that down the road once I get the funding to have the machine. But some level of outsourcing, still high quality embroidered blanks, but made elsewhere. And that'll also be much better for international viewers, because if I'm hand making hats here, already I have to charge more because, you know, I'm spending a lot of time here. I have to recoup the machine, the materials, everything. So already they would be more expensive being made here. On top of that, if I'm doing international shipping, especially with, I don't know how tariffs work on that and where that's at right now, but it would just be so expensive and wouldn't make sense. So if I do print on demand where there's a company in the UK printing them, it'll make it way cheaper for everybody. Enough yapping about that. I'll talk about it in a video later. But basically, we'll do a real run of hats in the next 2-3 months. I'll have that set up before October because we're gonna go ham in October once again. Yeah, taking all the monetization stuff a little more seriously because I need to like have this be a stable job. Add your music as background music for live stream. Not a bad idea. I should do that. DIY constant aperture. I know, for real. I was thinking about setting up like with the gear focus thing that's on the lens, setting it up so as I zoom, it twists the ND filter. So it's like actually natively constant aperture. Because I could manually do that. So it's like as I zoom, I have to brighten it. So if I twist them at the same time, I can get roughly a constant exposure, you know? It's so needlessly complicated, but it would be a sick project because it would be all these stupid 3D printed gears sticking off the camera lens. So much work to avoid spending $1,000 on a real proper lens, but you know. Off topic, have you ever thought about doing robotics or more usable stuff? I want to make my own Roomba at some point. Could be sick. That's more down the road for me. I find that stuff harder to make interesting videos on from my production point of view. Because I like the cinematography of stuff, but if I'm spending a lot of time just programming or 3D modeling, that's not as interesting or as fun to shoot. But yeah, once I need some stuff like that for some future projects, I'll dive into some Arduinos and Raspberry Pi, stuff like that. Is that green thing behind you, that mini toolbox from Harbor Freight? Yeah, I broke down and bought one of those because I was just curious, and they're only $20. They're actually so nice compared to like the ones from other brands. Harbor Freight would be a dream sponsor, but the sliders are like it magnetizes in or whatever, it clips in. Very nice. Like they're made to the same quality that the full-size toolboxes are, and they're only $20. So what I was thinking about doing is building a giant drawer, buying like 20 of these, because you know a large toolbox probably costs $300-400 anyway. If I just buy 20 of these for $400 and then just build a giant thing with a bunch of small drawers rather than a large toolbox with fewer large drawers, I think that would be sick. And the mini toolboxes like are popular, so maybe that could get views. I don't know. Not that I care that much about that kind of thing. Oh, I'm behind on chat. Whoopsie. What's your opinion on the Canon EOS R50 as a first camera? That's a nice camera. I was just looking at the R50V the other day because apparently it didn't sell that well. And so, like, they're kind of cheap right now. Even though they only released a few months ago, I feel like they're like $100 off MSRP or something. R50, basically the same camera, different body. It's a nice camera. I like Canons. They're easy to learn. When are you going to upload Haircut Movie to second channel? I didn't record. Maybe I should have. Use a circular saw to trim the hair to length. That sounds genius. YouTube members thing could be good. Same platform, so easier for the viewer. Might as well do Patreon too. Yeah, I know a lot of people support multiple creators on Patreon, and then it's nice to have all the feeds the same. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've done enough business talking on this podcast. Or I could just call the live stream a podcast. It's basically the same thing though, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I've done enough business talking, but I think all three would be the move, because why not? Why not? I really like making videos where I just yap for a bit. Hate calling them updates. What else could we call them? I don't know. Maybe live streams is just the move for that. Because you don't want to break up the regular content too much. Would you be open to showing us how you set up the website and donation stuff? Thinking about doing that for myself. Yeah, I do it through a service called Fourth Wall. Look them up. It's a good service. It's like a website that lets you do the memberships and products and all that stuff. Would love to see you working with the new wood aluminum extrusion. I know it's expensive because you cannot find scrap aluminum, but maybe maybe with gambling ads. Nope. Why are you guys trying to convince me to take the gambling ads? I'm not doing it. I already declined it. Yeah. No, aluminum would be sick. I'm gonna do some more aluminum milling stuff with PCBware though. As I mentioned in the video where I did the steel on the handles, on the camera handle, I'm gonna aluminum mill some camera parts. I'm not super familiar with aluminum extrusion. Are you talking about those like beams with the little notches in them? The plants are looking great. Thank you. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I almost killed it's the one that's blocked by the light right now. I almost killed it because over the winter I had it up there on the new workbench, and I had a light pointing at it that I thought was a grow light because it was like purple, but I think it was actually just a black light. And so I thought it was getting simulated daylight, but the whole time it actually was getting no light. And so it was quietly dying. And then even when I moved it to this new setup, it was too far gone and it wasn't happy. And that's the plant that I've had since, like, I think you can see it in my first video, or probably my second video. It's in that. And it's like so small. So it's been there for like the whole channel, and I was so worried I killed it. But I just trimmed it up a little bit. This guy. So he used to have 2 stalks, and now he's only got 1. But I cut the other stalk off that was suffering, and I propagated it in water by like taking off some of the trunk from it. And now it's rooting in water, so now I can transfer it to a new thing. So now instead of 1 dying plant, I'm going to have like 3 living plants. And in a few years, they'll be bigger than it ever was. So he's happy once more. propagating plants is so fun. I don't know how many plant nerds there are in the chat, but it's so fun because it's like free, you know? Like I just duplicate plants for free. Like you cut them up and now it's 2 plants. There's even like people that do, like you can shoplift a plant effectively by just going into like your garden center or whatever and just taking 1 leaf and then propagating it, and in a few years you've got the plant for free. Don't do that, but I've heard of people doing that. Propagation is just so fun. Or like friends that have plants, you can take snippings from them. Viewers are dropping as I'm talking about plants. What's your mic situation right now? Rode pod mic, just off camera, with a compressor. That's it. There's a whole Reddit dedicated to that called prop lifting. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. Clabocast win? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, a live stream where I'm Q&Aing is effectively the same thing as a podcast, right? But I don't know. It would be fun to like get some guests on, even if it's over Discord or something. Maybe I'll experiment with that down the road. See if I can get some creator buddies on a little pod. Clabocast. It's a good name. I'll call it that. I'm here for the plants, watching my garden in the rain at the moment. Nice. Sounds like a good vibe. Chat only likes dead trees. I love plants alive and dead. One day I'll get some property and I'll make like a DIY sawmill and turn trees into wood myself. Forest for infinite scrap wood. Exactly. There's got to be a point where lumber prices get expensive enough that it's actually cheaper to buy like a $5,000 plot of land. Actually, that's got to be way cheaper if you have the sawmill. I don't know. Wonder what sawmill fees are, actually. If you just like take a tree to a sawmill, what it costs to have them turn it into boards. Don't know. I'll figure it out one day. If property ever becomes affordable. How much sleep do you average given all that you do? A lot. It's not a part of my life that I talk about on the channel as much, but all my friends know me as a very sleepy guy. I've got a condition that makes me fatigued all the time. So I sleep, or not all the time, but a lot of the time. I sleep like 12 hours. I have to get 9 to 10 hours to even function. So I sleep more than you would think. Try to, get as much done as I can between that. Sometimes it's worse than other times. And I don't have very many useful hours in the day, but I'm on a good schedule right now. I'm feeling well. Wood hates this one simple trick. Exactly. They don't tell you that wood's free. I need to do more pallet wood construction too. I haven't done pallets in a while. There was like a period of my making life where when I first discovered that scrap wood is free, I just collected every piece of scrap wood that I could find. And I haven't really had to collect any scrap wood for the last year or two because I just had so much. But I'm draining my reserves slowly but surely. And I want to do more. In the videos lately, I haven't been talking as much about like where the wood comes from. And I think it would be cool to include more of the sourcing of the wood in the videos where it's like, I'm going to build this shelf. here's the pallets. I'm going to process the pallets now. I think that could be a cool thing. Who doesn't love plants? It seems like they're always one thing a room needs. I know, right? I'm going to have to chop up this tall one because he's like 8 feet tall now, or 9 feet, or however high this room is. It's touching the ceiling. So if I put that in the basement in the new place, I'm going to have to cut like 18 inches off the top of him. And that tall one is the same kind of plant as this shorter one. And the shorter one I just propagated into 3 separate plants. And now this one I'm going to have to take 2 off of. So I'm going to have like 6 corn plants, or Dracaena, or whatever they're called. It's going to be awesome. How old are you? 25. Had to think about it. I'll be 26 this year. Joel Haver has been doing a little podcast type thing where he talks to other filmmakers, something like that, but for makers could be really cool. Yes. He's in LA, so it's easier for him to like talk to people in person, but I feel like I could set up a digital version that's just as good. Because, you know, my few and far between connections that I do have with other creators they're all over the place. Like, I talk to Trent from Miscast all the time. He's in Australia. Colt Kerwin's in NYC. So it's a little tougher. I might go visit Colt, do a little New York City trip. So I could do a podcast there. Australia's a little tougher to get out to. But yeah, I could do a digital thing. It's funny you bring up Joel Haver, actually. I've been on a huge Joel Haver binge the last 2 or 3 days. I always knew about him, and like I thought he was just like I always thought of him as a comedy skit guy. I didn't know as much about the feature length films and all that kind of stuff. Like, I guess I'd heard about it, but I didn't know to what extent. I don't know. And I've been just binging his feature lengths, and he's so good. And I've been watching those interviews too. I just watched the one last night with Blake, what's his name? Blake Rosier. What's it called? Where he's an actor. The one that he made last year. For those not familiar, Joel Haver did a 12 feature films in 12 months, which is so nuts. And I just last night watched the one that he did in February. Shortest month of the year, no less. He did it in 29 days. Just so impressive. Let me find the title so I can recommend it, actually, because like some of the coolest stuff on YouTube. Big shout out to Joel Haver. Anyone Else But Me, that's what it's called. Anyone Else But Me. Incredible film. And it's all for free on friggin' YouTube. And then he does the budget breakdown after, which I super appreciate. Like, I love being financially transparent because, you know, for other people trying to do the same thing, it's just so helpful. There's no reason to gatekeep financial info because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about the art. Like, whatever we got to do we got to stick together as creatives to make it happen. So I just super appreciate that Joel Haver puts out all the financial details and cost breakdowns for his movies. So cool. It's common for people to buy land and cut the timber to sell. Interesting. I did not know about that. Isn't a futon really uncomfortable? Nah, I've got like a nice mattress, roll-out mattress that I keep in that closet back there. And I sleep right here. And it's so nice. I like a firm mattress, so I don't mind it. I think maybe I slept 1 hour today and surprisingly still functioning. See, I wish I could do that. All my friends are like insane caffeine addicts who can function off of nothing. And meanwhile, I'm here, like, if I get 7 hours, I'm dead at 3 p.m. or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just health stuff. whatever. I can't control it. Is what it is. I like your style of functionality and speed over everything. YouTube makers are all showing perfect high-end stuff, which feels very unachievable for hobbyists. Thank you. That's the goal. That's the goal. Doing my best to spread the word of, you don't have to make a thing that's nice for something to still be worth making. Not to keep gassing up Joel Haver, but that's something else I've appreciated in diving into his world of feature filmmaking. He has a very similar attitude in filmmaking, where he just hates the Hollywood status quo and huge films and perfect productions, and he's just very insistent on, you can make a film with nothing but your phone. Just get out there and do something. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's something that I so appreciate, and I'm so glad he's found such huge success off of it. His rise is crazy because apparently he went from 3,000 subscribers to 1 million subscribers in 3 months. I can't even imagine how you deal with that. Any advice on making ambient music for the background of videos? I do stop motion and want to dip my toe into some BTS content with ambient backing music. Yeah, I don't know. Music making is not something that comes natural to me. I just do it because I think it's satisfying to be able to say that I made the background music. All I do is play all the black keys and find a chord progression that sounds good, reverb the hell out of everything, and that's it. Layer a couple things. Ambient's nice because you can wash it and reverb, and even if you're not that good at playing, it'll still sound pretty good as long as you're all in one scale. And by sticking to only white notes or only black notes, it makes it easier to kind of stay in the scale. What's the delay on the stream? Dunno. A few seconds, I think. I didn't realize Joel Haver did filmmaking stuff. Gonna have to watch that. I know, it's so good. A dream, a collab. I would love to make him a camera rig or something. That'd be cool. Because I know he's not as much in the technical side of things. He doesn't care as much about that kind of stuff, but I'm a nerd for that. So, I heard him talking about how many batteries he takes to a shoot, and I'm like, let me make you a drill battery powered camera rig so you don't ever have to worry about batteries. Similar thing here. I knew him from the comedy sketches, but discovered his filmmaking later. He's quickly becoming a big inspo for me in my filmmaking endeavors. I know, right? Feels like he's starting a whole new wave. Speaking of whole new wave, there's all that stuff with the Obsession and Backrooms and Markiplier's film. It's very encouraging to see YouTube being taken seriously as this ground floor for breeding talent. Do you have an STL file for your B4 mount? Yes, but it is, I believe, the wrong flange distance. I was talking about it earlier in the stream. I'm going to do a redo on that video where I'll just make the thing a little bit better, hopefully a little stronger too, and then I'll release the STL file. So that should be out late July, early August, because I'm going to do that as a PCBWay sponsor. I'm going to get it made out of aluminum, and then I'll post the STLs. DeWawa collab, yeah. Get DeWalt. I almost just unironically called DeWalt DeWawa. Get them to sponsor me. Evan, Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi started out making films with minimal gear and a bunch of friends. The DIY bad taste is awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, lots of inspiring stuff out there. What's your favorite tool you enjoy the most using? The camera, honestly. But not Impact Driver. I love an Impact Driver. All right, how long have I been streaming? Where's my... I don't think my buddy is here yet. I'm waiting on a friend to come into town. He's not here. How long is the stream, though? I usually go for an hour or two. We're at an hour 20. That flew by. Love the haircut. Thank you. I feel like there was something else I wanted to yap about on this stream. I don't remember. Well, I'll do more. I'll do more streams. I want to find like a consistent time that's like, okay, if I'm going to be live, it's going to be at this time. So it's a little more easy for people to stop in instead of it being super random, like 30-minute notice before I stream. Next video will be a new camera monitoring rig. I know I keep doing redos of the same thing. I swear I'm almost done with the camera rigging stuff. But my little DeWalt monitor that I custom made died. I don't know why. It's just kind of a cheap product. And so I'm doing a new version with a nicer monitor that Blackmagic sent me. Much heavier, larger rig. So that'll be the next video. The American Astronaut is full name of the movie, available for free here on YouTube. Sick. Okay, I'll check it out. What are you most excited about for the future? Getting back into my board game project. I'll talk more about it with the new move and kind of starting this next chapter of the channel. But I want my board game I don't talk about it that much, but it was like the original concept for this channel was like setting up this whole studio and the camera gear to make this like world building thing where I create this universe that a tabletop game exists in and some like short films. And then I've just been so focused on the setup and learning the ins and outs of YouTube that I haven't gotten that much into the actual tabletop game project yet. But I think I'm getting to a point where I can reintroduce that. And it's not like the whole channel won't turn into a like thing about just that. I want it to be modeled off of like when Casey Neistat did his vlog series, how building his company Beam was like the core story of it, even though the episodes individually weren't that much about Beam. So it's like it's this show about a guy building an app, but day to day, like each episode of the show is about different things. And so I want to introduce, and I'm very excited about introducing that kind of backbone to the channel, because so far it's just been a lot of building the studio, upgrading the cameras, occasionally side projects that'll progress towards the tabletop game, like the injection molder and stuff like that. But I want to really focus in on that project and kind of introduce the central thing to the channel. Because even like marketing wise for my whole YouTube show, I guess, I want there to be like a tagline, like an elevator pitch of like, what is this guy doing? And right now it's like he builds stuff out of scrap wood and does weird camera modifications, which is good. But I want it to be a little more like mission based, you know, if that makes sense. I still have the Beam app on my iPhone. Sick. Learned to use a circular saw and built my own custom desk thanks to you. Fire. I love to hear that. Custom desk is such a great thing to have. Sounds like a really interesting concept. Hope it works out. I'm sure it will. Because everything works out if your definition for working out is very low. And I just want to make it. I have no goals of it being a giant thing. I just, I got to do it. Do you have a theme in mind for the tabletop RPG? Oh yeah. I've been writing stuff for it since before this channel existed. The whole point of this channel was supposed to be a marketing arm for the tabletop game. And then I just got so, I've had so much more content in the early setup of it than I thought. And so now we're here and we haven't even started the main thing. But yeah, it'll be, it's sci-fi, loosely. I always thought your channel tagline was made for the sake of making. That's true. That is kind of the ethos, but a channel mission is what I'm talking about more than a tagline. If you were describing Casey Neistat's vlogs to somebody back in the day, word of mouth, it's oh, it's this guy building this app in New York City. And I don't have that core mission yet established, but that's where I want to get to. Yo, found your channel about a month ago. Such an inspiration. Thank you. Appreciate it. Working at a board game cafe. Would love to see your game on shelves when it's ready. That'd be sick. That would be sick. And I know some people. I worked in the board game industry a little bit before this, so I have a couple connects that I could maybe get it produced, but I would like to self-produce. Oh man, I didn't even think about it until this moment, but because people earlier were talking about podcasts, I could do podcasts with some of my old board game designer connects. That would be cool. I should reach back out to some people. Your car projects give me anxiety because of the sheer complexity. Don't you get overwhelmed by them? Sometimes. The car project, normally everything is very low stakes for me because it's okay, if you build a crooked shelf, whatever, take it apart, use the wood for something else. If you screw up a car, you could die, So I have to be a little more careful about the car stuff, and that's honestly why I don't do the car stuff on video as much, because it's already one thing to be doing it. It's another thing to be filming it and trying to present at the same time, and having people judge every little decision that I make. So it's much more anxiety inducing, the car things. So those will be more of recap videos after I've done a lot of work, rather than the in the moment decision making of my typical projects. But yeah, I do get overwhelmed occasionally by the car stuff. At the end of the day, though, it's fun. That's something that I never put any pressure on. It's just okay, I've been inside doing inside projects for too long. I'm going to go outside for a few days and hack up some things on my car. I do projects of my own as well, and your style of making is super unique, and I love your process. Just worried about all the sawdust that collects in your room. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's another reason why, for those of you that have been here since the start, when we were talking about setting up my new workshop in the basement of the next house versus in a bedroom, the basement would be so much better because I could have a hard concrete floor again, and it would be so much easier to clean up, and more square footage would mean I can have my computer and music production equipment further away from where all the sawdust gets created. Because, yeah, it's a lot. The coffee mug always ends up being a sawdust collection system. But you know, as long as it's not stained or processed wood, how bad can sawdust be? Don't take that as health advice. It's probably not good. Love how comments in this chat are like, bro, thanks for making me watch less YouTube. I'm so happy for that, though. That's the goal. Do you ever react to other channel videos? No, I haven't done that. Guess I could in the future, though. We did, I reacted to other people's stuff during Build Days, which was our October challenge where me and a lot of the community would make things every day and post some level of updates on it, whether it was just pictures in the Discord or daily videos or whatever. And I would react to other people's stuff that they made during that month. Hey, I'm in your style to just do whatever style of content pushed me to start making. Recently passed 1,000 subscribers, so I want to say a huge thank you. Congrats, bro. That's huge. First 1,000 is the hardest. I feel like I was in the middle of talking about something and then I kind of trailed off. But I do not remember. I'm just going to pretend like I finished all my thoughts. I'm in the Middle East and the scene here is insane. Love to introduce you to people to get you started when you're ready. Board game scene or car scene? I don't know what the delay, what we were talking about. Been watching since the custom handle for Osman. Sick. Yeah, that was a big one for me. Watching less YouTube, but making sure it's the right kind of YouTube we're watching, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, PSA, for those of you that don't know, if you get stuck in a rabbit hole of watching YouTube shorts, there's a thing on the app now where you can, at least, when I was on an Android phone recently, I don't think it was on the Android app, or maybe I wasn't updated, but on iPhone at least, the YouTube app has a limit that you can set on shorts, and if you set the shorts limit to 0 per day, or 1 per day, then they don't show up in your sub feed or in your recommended feed anymore. And you'll still see shorts in your sub feed. You can click on one and it'll show you the one, but then it won't let you keep scrolling. And that's been such a nice thing. It is there on Android. Okay, sick. Yeah. PSA, do that. Get off the YouTube shorts. Unless I start making shorts. No, I'm just kidding. I might make YouTube shorts because some sponsors will pay you way more if you also do shorts. So I might do a couple in Instagram Reels or whatever, but you know, there ain't no value in YouTube shorts really for viewing. It's just slop. Will you do a final house tour? Maybe. People have been asking about it. You finally get to see what's outside of that door. Actually, I've showed it before, probably. Both Evan and Trent moving spaces in the same time period. Yeah, I know. We've been talking about it. Yeah. I'm excited. Did a daily vlog for the summer where you're moving from this space to the new place. Would take your channel to a whole other level. I know. I would like to get closer to daily, or like what Casey Neistat is doing right now, where it's like every 3 or 4 days. We'll see. We'll see what I'm able to do. I will keep doing as much as I can, or get back to doing as much as I can. I've been a little off lately. Only like 2 or 3 videos a month. I want to get to more like 2 or 3 a week. What would you say is your career goal? Not going broke while I continue. I don't know. I don't have lofty career goals. YouTube's great, yeah. I have no reason to want to leave YouTube. Eventually needing to post less often would be cool, like when I'm much older, you know. But I don't know. I try not to think about that stuff too much. I feel like goals can be a little, at least for me, goals set me up for disappointment sometimes, and I would rather not. And just focus on like what I can do this year, next year, 2 years. That's as far out as I try to look. My only one loose life goal that I have, other than, you know, having a child and whatever, one of my loose goals is I want to have a piano and my car in the same room. I think it would be so sick to have like a huge garage where I have a bunch of stuff set up, and I don't know why, but I'm so fixated on that visual of like my crazy custom truck pulled into this garage, but also the garage has like a fun little lounge, and like there's just a piano there. I just think that's such a fun juxtaposition of items, and that visual is like something that I want to make happen. Thanks for the 5 again, DC Sound Op. That tip just got rid of shorts on my YouTube app. That's amazing. Hell yeah. I'm glad I could spread the word. Is the short limit thing on browser? I don't think so. But if you're on browser, you can get a Chrome extension to get rid of it. Board game scene in the Middle East. Huh. I didn't know about that. I knew about, what is it, Germany? Wherever, is it called Essen? I don't remember. Like one of the biggest conventions out there. I didn't know about the Middle East scene. That's sick. I gotta look into that. What you gonna do when 100K comes? Chop up the plaque probably and make something out of it. I have it on good authority that the plaque is actually made of wood. It's covered in aluminum, but if you cut it open, there's wood inside. At least I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. This is random, but do you think being very tall influenced you to build the environment around you rather than buy or collect furniture? Unironically, somewhat yes. I built this workbench right here that my computer is on and everything is the first piece of furniture I built. And I originally, why did is my stream still up? I think it's still up. I don't know why this web page just died. But yeah, I built this workbench initially because I didn't have enough leg room under the folding desk that I was using. How tall are you? I'm 6'8". Kind of inconveniently tall at that point. But that's part of the motivation behind all the car stuff too. The reason I pull the dashboards out of my cars is because I don't have enough leg room. Like I like driving smaller, more compact cars. I don't want to buy a giant truck. But I literally don't fit. So that's part of the reason I pull the dashboards out and modify things. Spiel in Essen. Yes. That is what I was talking about. I almost got to travel to that at my last job, but it got cut short. Went to a handful of the US-based board game conventions, though. And you know, I guess it's not bad to be in Indianapolis if I'm getting back into the tabletop industry, because Gen Con is here. Biggest one in the US. Been living day to day lately. Little steps daily and small projects are keeping me going. Hell yeah. Keep going, bro. Hang the plaque in the scrap wood dungeon, right? Yeah. I wonder if I can cut, I don't know if it's glued together. Maybe I can cut the back off and take all the wood out and have the shell. I don't know. I'll build a shelf out of it or something silly. Final question from creator to creator. I know sponsorships are a pain to get when starting off. Do you go out of your way to contact companies, or do you have a manager that sends offers your way? Both. I don't go out of my way to I've done that once. I reached out to Milwaukee because I have another creator friend who does work with them, but then they weren't as interested in my DIY. I guess Milwaukee wants more contractor grade, like professional stuff instead of DIYers, so they didn't want to work with me. But usually I don't contact companies. Maybe I should as I keep growing, but I don't know. Honestly, feel free to send me an email or Discord if you're on Discord or Instagram. I can send you some things. I thought your room was kind of short, Jesus. No, no. That's the funny thing is because like there's no frame of reference. You can't really tell. Having a manager wouldn't be very DIY, would it? Nah. I mean, it's a good move for some people. I'm still pretty small of a channel, and I don't know. It doesn't make much sense for me yet. Are you sponsored? I have a couple. I mean, I've been putting Squarespace ad reads in like every a lot of the videos. Contrary to popular opinion, I think that short form is good for certain things, but the current form of it is very crappy for health and attention span. I actually kind of agree. I think short form isn't inherently bad. The problem is you go through so many of them that you get into junk. Like if you were to only scroll YouTube shorts once a week and you only scrolled 20 shorts, I think your experience would be pretty good because you'd just be seeing people you're subscribed to and content that you actually like. The problem is when you sit down to like watch just doom scroll, you're going to watch hundreds of shorts and there just aren't. I think the core problem of it isn't the format. I think the core problem is that there aren't as many shorts that you're going to enjoy that are going to be like fulfilling to watch as you'll get through, you know? Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. Besides Squarespace, yeah, I work with PCBWay sometimes. I work with Sure, the lens company. I try to work with people that like I actually think are good products. Eat the YouTube plaque wood in the good old Bevman style. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll eat the plaque. Yeah, short form can be nice. Only problem is the 99% crap and republish brain slop. Yeah, for sure. Personally, I prefer Makita. You should try them. Yeah, I've got a little bit of Milwaukee, a little bit of DeWalt, a little bit of Harbor Freight. I really rock with Harbor Freight. I think if I were going to start over and get into a new tool system, it would be Metabo, which is pretty underrated. It's green. They used to be Hitachi, I think. I think Metabo was Hitachi. Googling it. Yes. Hitachi rebranded to Metabo. Because their batteries have low voltage protection built into them. I believe Metabo and Ryobi are the only two that do that. But Ryobi, I think, still has the bigger design of batteries. So it's like, since I power all my cameras and stuff off of the power tool batteries, it would be nice to have that low voltage protection built into the battery. So if cost were not an object and I were starting completely anew, I would do Metabo, I think. But I don't want to buy into a fourth power tool system. Makita is extremely repairable. Huh, I didn't know that. I got all the way to Korean YouTube the other day on shorts. Funny. Yeah, if you watch too many of them, you'll just get into complete trash. Or just like Breaking Bad clips. Anyone know if Ryobi makes easy to repair stuff? I don't know. But it's cheap. Not that you should be buying new stuff and adding to landfills when things break, but you know, if it's half the cost, you can buy 2 drills for the price of 1. What watch is that? I usually wear the Seiko Monster, but this one is an older field watch. This was the first mechanical watch that I got. I believe it's the Seiko SNK 809? If I got that right after like 6 years, that would be impressive. I did. Yeah, Seiko SNK. Well, the 809 is the black one, I think. Mine is the navy blue one. That's like the 807 or something. Yep. SNK 807. And it comes bead blasted, so it's like a duller finish, but I polished it. One of the earlier DIY projects I did, actually, my first power tool was a Dremel, and I bought polishing compound, and I polished the watch case to make it shiny, because it comes with a duller finish. Yeah, Seiko's a great watch brand. I don't really buy watches anymore, but I've got 2 or 3 Seikos. You know where your last name comes from? Yeah, I'm Dutch. Very Dutch, which explains the height. And also maybe the obsession for wood. Dutch people are famous for making clogs, the little wooden shoes, and windmills, and doing somewhat nonsensical projects like building your whole country on a swamp that's below sea level. I feel like that's on brand. I 100% agree. You have some old Makita tools. They're clearly made by engineers who build things to be repaired and last, like easy to take apart and find the little jiggling part and fix it. Yeah, I very much appreciate that. You like Casio? Yeah. Actually, yeah, I only bought Casios before Seiko. I have the little calculator watch that I think Marty wears in Back to the Future. I bought 2 of those. I was a very nerdy kid in high school, and I would wear the calculator watch every day. And then when I broke the strap, I bought another one. Still have that somewhere. I should pull it out and like make a... Oh, that would be a sick idea, actually. Because my one gripe with Casio is that all the cases are plastic, and I really would want a metal case Casio. And they do make... Is it the A100? They make a metal version of one of their classics. But they don't have very many of them. And it just occurred to me that I could get CNC milled a metal case for the Casio calculator watch. That would be a sick project. I'm putting that in the short list, actually. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I guess I read but didn't read out loud a comment earlier about running out of ideas. I can't do ideas as fast as I have them. Metal body Casio calc watch. There's like 100 in this spreadsheet. And I categorize them based on like how much funding they will need. And if it's like very financially irresponsible and will take longer, I move it to the bottom of the list. So that's like, once I make my way down there, it'll probably be 3 years down the line, and hopefully I have more funding by then. So they're just roughly organized by how easy they are to do. And the very top of the list is stuff that I can do with scrap wood and materials I already have, kind of thing that I can do right now without leaving my house. What if you made a wooden case? I feel like it would be bulky or weak, unless I found a really hard wood. Would be fun to try, though. I'm adding that to the note. Or wood. Use the metal from the plaque for the Casio. It's only very thin, I believe. Also, what's up, Alan? Good to see you. I hope you participate this year again in Build Days in October when that happens. I believe the way that the plaques are constructed, they're like maybe an inch thick, and it's like 3/4 inch wood, and then it's got maybe 1/8 inch metal plated around it. That's aluminum. So I don't know that there's much useful or much sturdy stuff that you could build out of it. Out of the metal part, at least. Would a treated wooden case be waterproof? I guess in theory. I don't know if the gaskets around the buttons would be good. What is Build Days? That's my name for my little yearly challenge. In October, I do daily videos for the month. 31 daily videos, or at least as close as I can get. I did 25 in the month last year. And invite all the viewers to join along the journey and do whatever kind of creative project they want to do daily, whether it's daily poems or daily little paintings or sketches or photography or videos of your own. And we just share them with each other, build motivation off of each other. Even thinking about daily uploads makes me hurl. I know, but it's like, it's free form. You just be like, I'm going to film every day, or I'm going to make progress on a video every day, and just doing something and kind of categorizing it, having a little bit of public accountability. That's the idea behind Build Days. It's like building physical things, because that's my brand, but also like building momentum is the idea behind the branding. How much is all that aluminum CNC stuff? Don't want to speak too early, but I may be getting a aluminum CNC machine down the road. Could be a new studio thing. For now, I'm working with PCBWay to get stuff CNC milled out of metal, because that's far easier and lower intro cost. But I may be getting one of those Make-era machines. Don't tell nobody, though. Build Days is like Christmas, fed for the whole month. Yep. We'll be gearing up for that again pretty soon. I mean, October isn't too far away. Really looking forward to Build Days. Want to try to make game development logs every day for a month. Sick. Video game or tabletop game? Possibly yes. I'm at an art residency at a place called Diving Creek in Cornwall, New Zealand. Look it up. It's your jam. Sick. That sounds awesome. Would you prefer I call you Evan, Mr. Monsma, or just Monsma? Just Evan. Some folks even call me Bev. That's my nickname. Ooh. This does look cool. Pottery workshops. Sketching course. Damn. That's sick, Alan. I've been doing one a month since September, and even that's a bit much sometimes, but after each video I feel a surge of energy to keep making more. Love to hear that. Yeah, man. Just like whatever you can. I mean, everybody's process is different. Daily doesn't work for. I mean, it used to take me 3 months to make a video. It's all about process and. But yeah, the idea with build days is just making some amount of progress each day, keeping momentum up. Hello from Portugal. Hello from Indiana. Glad to have you here. Sweet, I've heard really good things about Makeair. I'm hoping it's easy to learn. I don't know. I mean, I know about 3D modeling. I know about slicer programs for printing, but I don't know about CNC routing yet, so we'll see if I can learn that down the road. This year build days are going to be interesting considering me moving to a different part of Germany in August to work as a janitor. Oh boy. Excited to see what you make. Do you have a delay on chat? No. Wait a minute. Why is chat not on screen? What am I doing? What does this do? Is that it? That was supposed to be up the whole time. It's kind of hard to read. I need like a drop shadow behind it. But I don't remember off the top of my head how to do that. I also should set up a thing to combine the Twitch chat, which I've been neglecting. Oh, I don't know how long ago this was, but thank you Locked On LP for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. Thank you. Watch both streams. Twitch is ahead by 15 seconds. Holy cow. The delay is that long on YouTube? Why did auto mod hit? Sorry, I'm reading Twitch chat for a second. Auto mod held back a message from Bob Wack. Stream looks sick. What camera are you streaming with? Hope all is well, brother. You're awesome. Thank you. I don't know why auto mod deleted that message, and I don't know how to undo it. I'm not as familiar with how Twitch works. But yeah, I need to find a way to combine the Twitch chats. Put the Twitch chat into the YouTube chat. Whatever, I'll get there. Okay, well, I guess with that info, YouTube is roughly 20 seconds behind real life then. Not sure why. Makeair is super easy. The fellow I watched called Uri Tukman. I've never tried to pronounce that, but I like his videos. He's cool. He's one of the makers that I like can't watch his videos all the time because he's so good that I feel bad. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I'm like, this guy's just so cool. And he loves Makeair. Okay, sick. I'll watch his videos on it. Off topic from your actual name, I keep getting this strange urge to call you Jimmy. Interesting. Jimmy Beast? Jimmy, that's Mr. Beast's name. Uri reminds me so much of you. That's a compliment. Big compliment. Thank you. YouTube is pretty delayed, although I feel like it helps smooth out issues more than Twitch. Interesting. Weird. There has to be some lore behind the nickname Bev. Not real. It's been that since high school. Evan is my business name. In real life, if my friends call me Evan, it's like kind of weird. Hold on, I want to fix this freaking chat overlay. I'm going to open Photoshop right now, and hopefully it doesn't lag out my stream. Hold. Sometimes my laptop, I have a good laptop, but it doesn't handle things simultaneously sometimes. Like if I open my editing software, DaVinci, and OBS, the streaming software, at the same time, it starts lagging out. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Photoshop. Okay, new document. I'm going to make a little overlay real quick so that the chat is more readable. Little black square. I know it's not on screen, by the way. I just don't want to lag it out, and this will only take 2 seconds. Drop the opacity. Save that as a PNG. Chat. Now we import image. Downloads. Okay. Oh, there it is. Now I move that below the chat. See, look at that. Now we have a little shadow. Ain't that fancy? Sick. Okay. On YouTube, I recommend speeding up the stream to catch up. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that is a thing on YouTube. I feel like because it has rewind, like you can pause the stream. Maybe you just, because like when I'm watching streams on YouTube, I feel like I end up accidentally getting a little behind. Oh yeah, I was talking about the nickname Bev though. Yeah, that was just from high school. I don't think there was a reason for it. It's just like more punctuation. Bev is more fun to say than Evan. Like Ev isn't that good of a nickname. And like my whole friend group in high school, we all had like one syllable nicknames. All right, Bev, it is if you consider us your friends in a healthy version of a parasocial way. Yeah, it's like the, not parasocial, but the people that are in the know, the live stream viewers. As soon as you open PS, the fans kicked into overdrive. Ain't that how it is? What an awful program. I love Photoshop, but man, it just sucks up the RAM and cache drives and everything. I wish my name could be nicknamed. It's just Jude. That's a sick name though. Okay, I've closed Photoshop. Now hopefully the computer will calm down. Hey, I've been watching you for a while. Been wondering, do you have Frisian ancestry? Off the top of my head, I don't remember what Frisian means. West Germanic. Yeah, I'm from the, well, my family's from the Netherlands. Monsma is a Dutch name. I use Procreate and it does all. Yeah, if you're just drawing, Procreate's way better. Photoshop is like the only program that I am used to for doing deep graphic design stuff that I do for the board game project. Tried out using Linux. No, I would love to, but I just don't have time. I have too many optimizations that I like to make, and I don't know. I feel like that would just end up sucking away so much of my time for a result that will never be appreciated by anyone but me. Because it's like if I make improvements to my workflow physically, like my camera rig or my workspace, those are things I can make videos about and that will show up in later videos. Doing all the groundwork to get on Linux, I'm not going to make a video about that, you know. I'm sure I would like it though. And maybe if Windows pisses me off more, continues to get worse and worse, I'll do it eventually. Inspired by your work, I now have a massive scrap wood pile. Excellent. There's enough scrap wood to go all around. Too much good wood ends up in landfills. If that is the one biggest influence I have in my career, I'd be happy with that. If all the editing software just worked on Linux, I'd never look back. Yeah, that's the problem, is like I need things to be compatible. I like it when programs work when you download them. But I hear Linux keeps getting better and better. Like, I feel like the longer I hold off to switch to Linux, the easier it'll be once I eventually do. I hate Photoshop so much I've been alternatively doing all my thumbnails in DaVinci. Well, DaVinci has beta photo editing now. I don't know if you've seen that, but you can download the beta and do photo editing. I think it's more like for coloring, like a replacement for Lightroom. But yeah. If I could take Affinity, Final Cut, and iTunes to Linux, I'd never touch Windows again. Affinity doesn't work on Linux. That sucks. YouTuber switches to Linux videos seem to do well. Yeah, that's true. It is true. What about the car? We'll get back to that soon. After I move, I'll have more space to work on the car again. Inspired by you, I'm now searching for CRTs and old EVFs. I have one, but it's on a 70s studio camera. Don't want to take it off. Word. Yeah, they're fun. I just realized when I was reading Twitch chat earlier, I read... Oh, well, he isn't there anymore. Never mind. I read the guy's question that said, what camera are you streaming with? And then I didn't answer it. I got trailed off on something. It's a FX30 with a cheap EF super zoom. That's something I like about Twitch, is I can click the viewer button and I can see who's in chat. So I can tell if somebody that sent a chat message is still actually there. What's up, dude? I'm watching all your content all the way from Sri Lanka. Sick. Appreciate you. Frisians are from the province Friesland. I've heard the word before from my relatives, and that probably means yeah. The MA part of your surname is typical in Frisian surname. Okay, yeah. I believe that is true then. At least part of my family is from there. How to even begin a move with the amount of stuff and organization you have? Well, I move pretty often, so all of my shelves and tables are designed to come apart. And to some degree, aside from the stuff that gets really heavy, like some of the stuff I can move with the stuff on it. So in the past, I have literally just, like, these shelves are all segmented, and I can just shrink wrap all this stuff in and then move the shelf without even having to unpack it. That's not the case for some of them, but I don't know. I kind of find the moving fun. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but I like the organizational stuff, and I like setting up new again. It just feels like a nice creative refresh, just moving stuff around. So I really don't mind it. How to even begin? I feel like I'll probably move the desk last. I'll start moving this wall of shelves. Or maybe I'll move this workbench, so I can have a workbench in both places simultaneously as I continue the move. Saw your video the other day. about turning the CRT viewfinder into a little monitor. Thought it was pretty cool, so I'm going to pick up a CRT for myself on Wednesday. Sick. Yeah, they're fun for watching old movies or playing old games. Fun stuff. Your thoughts on this? You don't get culture unless artists can make rent by working 3 nights a week at the bar. Ideally true, yeah. I mean, I feel like artists are going to make art happen regardless. I don't know. I don't have a strong take on that statement. But I feel like creative types are going to find a way to make the stuff that they want to make, no matter how tough the economic conditions are. Culture arises. But certainly, yeah, economic situations put a huge damper on culture development, and we definitely do not have some artists pursuing their art because there's just way too much unaffordability. But in my opinion, like, another favorite quote of mine, I forget who said it, but your success as an artist, I'm paraphrasing here, but your success as an artist relies very much on your tolerance of being broke. For you to make your artwork, you need to be okay with having no money for a long time. So certainly you get more culture and better culture the more affordable things are, but I think to some degree it happens regardless. Do you have any advice on fixing old lenses? I wish I did. Crack them open. Common sense. Be careful. Try to figure out what you can about what's broken. You know, most of my lens repairs have been zoom lenses, and it'll be a little plastic part that's broken that prevents it from twisting. Super glue it back in. Grease everything up. Good to go. But I'm like 50-50 on success rate on repairing lenses. Yeah, it's a crapshoot. One advice, maybe, record the whole thing. So that way, when you inevitably don't know which direction a part goes back in or where a screw goes, you can watch your footage or your extensive photos. What up? I'm streaming.
Yo!
What's popping?
Live?
Yeah.
Sick.
Chat, this is Michael. You know him. You love him.
I'm responsible for the Scrapwood CRT base.
True.
Go ahead and drop your thanks and praises in the chat.
You did get a lot of love for that in the comments. We're talking about CRTs, and
Nice.
I was telling him about the new one that we got.
Oh, yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah.
There's one in my car still.
Oh, yeah. Does that
Work?
Do we know if
Yeah,
it works?
It works.
Okay. That was your
Dude,
dad's.
I was at an antique store after lunch today,
Yeah.
and every antique store always has just that one corner of analog, but they had these receivers, these stereo receivers for $20.
Old tube amps.
Yeah,
Fire.
$20.
It's not bad if they work.
And then they also had an old tape machine.
Oh, reel to reel. Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
was just talking about
I think this one was like 45.
running
reel to
music
reel machine.
on reel
Yeah.
to reel. Yeah. Fire. You skating before Nate
No,
gets here?
it's about to dump rain. I was just shooting. So I shot a wedding yesterday.
Oh, he says he's on his way.
Oh, nice. I shot a wedding yesterday, and I shot it pretty much 50-50 on Super 8 film on 500T. Awesome experience. I say that now because I don't know what it looks like, but it was really fun.
Sick.
It makes you realize
We should shoot a video on my channel on Super 8.
it would be. Oh yeah, imagine
How much would, like, yeah,
50?
even if we were
$50 is
100% efficient,
Let's just say the video would be 18 minutes.
how much, yeah, or even a 10-minute video. How much money would a 10-minute video shot on Super 8 cost?
So it's $50 for 3.5 minutes at 18 frames per second.
Oh boy.
So $51. So 51. What would that be? 51 divided by.
Times like 4, so like 200 something bucks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Let's just get Squarespace pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I have stuff to tell you off stream about.
Nice.
Yeah, you know. I talked to Colt. Anyway, Evan, are you gonna have a yard? Yeah, huge yard actually. We should go visit again, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm actually so annoyed. I had a dream recently.
Do you share?
So one of the issues with setting up in the basement of the new house, I've been talking about this on the stream, is there's not very many outlets down there.
Yeah.
And the outlets that do exist are 2-prong.
We forgot to pay rent.
I paid.
It said that we both were late, but like we just got a warning.
What the hell?
The balance said both of ours.
It's our last month here. Who cares?
I know. I kind of was like, I don't care. I have like a 5-day leeway window.
Yeah.
If you're our landlord watching,
If you're our landlord, shout out to you.
shout out to you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a dream that I found out that the owner had put in all new circuits in the basement, and that there was hella outlets down
definitely
there.
a dream.
And then like that was a week ago, and then today I realized, wait a minute, that was a dream. There actually aren't outlets down there.
Michael, someone said.
Yeah.
Joke. Wait. Fingerprint inside.
When are you finishing up that old lens you went too far on? Oh, the Sony C-mount zoom. Yeah, I should come back to that. I don't know.
There's a lens you have that I want to talk about, but not on stream because then people are going to go look it up and raise the price for it. But it's not a working lens, but I want to talk about it off stream. We have a lot to talk about off stream. Sorry. Yeah.
Thanks for the advice. I have 2 old Zeiss lenses. Okay, yeah. Also, the fingerprints comment. Have some isopropyl. I have a lens I just took off a digital projector a few years ago. It's just been sitting around. Should I try to make some kind of adapter?
Speaking of projector lenses.
Yeah, they do work. I think the flange distance is really far, if I remember right.
I don't know if there's any what production heads are in the chat, but has anyone looked into the Nanlite projector lens? It's for your lights. It's this.
Whoa, it makes it square?
Yeah, and you can do it any size you want, but it's for the Nanlights. It's more expensive than the lights. But Leo was demoing it for me at the camera shop the other day.
That sounds sick.
Awesome thing.
Where was I? I wish it was easier to get into adding lens mounts to cameras without one already. Seems like a lot of getting distances right. Yeah, for sure.
It is, but that's kind of the fun of it. It's just like...
Yeah, it's just
I have
so
so
precise.
many different mounts that don't work on cameras that I'll just buy for $2 and be like, maybe I have something that fits this.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing fits it, or it doesn't match up to the sensor I have.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error, unfortunately.
That's why I feel like buy a camera with a small sensor, you'll always be able to get a lens on it. Have a full frame camera,
That's why I like APS-C.
Micro Four Thirds or APS-C,
Yeah.
it's always gonna cover the sensor.
Because like even the C mounts that are smaller than APS-C, you can zoom in like a little bit and you're fine.
So people with small sensors actually have more.
Dude, that was trippy. I saw on this feed.
It's been tripping me out.
If I click here, then it's live.
Oh yeah, that's better.
But then I can't read the chat as well. I'll just pause this one. Overcoming economics and time constraints due to taking care of life influences the art of each individual. If everyone had a cushy scenario, the art would have no guts from life experience. Truth.
Real.
Truth. I mean, my content would be worse if I had more money. Right?
My life would be better if I had more money.
My life would be well, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, no, my content would still be fire if I had money, because I would buy land and then I'd start building a house out of scrap wood. We'll get to that one day.
I think it's all gone, but there was a ton of pallets at the dumpster in Broad Ripple. It
Okay.
might be there, but it was all these.
Ooh.
If they're there, we can steal them.
True. I've been watching you since your first vid. No way.
Yeah,
Also
right.
in the
Putty.
same area as you and an amateur photographer. Thanks for the inspiration and keep up the good work. Hell yeah. That's crazy. Appreciate the support, man. What's the best mount for adapters? I think Sony E-mount. Technically, the Nikon mount. It's a few millimeters shorter flange distance, so you can actually adapt Sony E-mount lenses onto the Nikon mount because there's like 3 millimeters difference, and so they make a smart adapter that lets you put those on. Bev, is there a filter on chat? No. I think Josue just deleted his own message. I don't know. Or there are moderators also. There are
I'm the
people
admin.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Nikon is technically the best. Aside from like cinema cameras where you can literally take the mount off. Like, I'm super excited about that Kinefinity Vista. Have you seen that one? The little box cam. It's like an FX3.
Oh, I
but,
have
like,
seen that. Yeah.
smaller.
I haven't seen any reviews come out. I just saw
You
it.
can. It's not even out yet.
I saw
it was a
people holding
prototype.
it.
Yeah. I think it was just at NAB or whatever.
Yeah,
That.
that's where I saw
conferences.
people talking.
But you can
for holding it.
swap the mount on that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It's no autofocus.
That's fine. I shot a whole wedding yesterday with zero autofocus, and it looked better than if I had autofocus.
I shoot my whole channel with no autofocus.
Yeah.
I have been thinking about if I had some money to spend on cameras, I kind of want to buy a Canon.
What, like
So
a
that-
C70?
Yeah, or even like a cheap one, like the R50V,
Those
just so I can get the EF lenses that I have to autofocus. Because
Yeah.
on Sony, they don't. And like, I would never need to buy any expensive lenses if I just had autofocus on my E mount or on my EF mount. The fact that someone made an E to Z adapter is wild. Imagine trying to explain to someone back in the DSLR days where you couldn't even use manual film lenses because of flange. Yeah, for real. I know, it's genuinely nuts. How'd you bust the autofocus on all your lenses? I just broke all of them individually.
He also buys things that are already broken.
Yeah, so the 10 to 18 that I always use for the wides, I think I was trying to fix it in my last stream. That one, the camera just fell and broke it, but that's like a $500 lens. I bought it for $50. It was broken. I fixed it, used it for a few years, broke it again. So it's like, all right, I'll take that, even if I can't fix it again. $50 to use a $500 lens for a few years. My 18 to 105 power zoom, I sold because I didn't have rent money. So I sold that to somebody. I forget who.
Wait, is that the
A
one
viewer.
that had...
No, not this one, but the.
No. Was that the first one you ever had?
Yeah, it was the motorized zoom.
Yeah, I thought it broke, though.
No.
That's the ones I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want one.
Rip. No, I sold it. Oh,
No, I didn't want yours.
Oh, no, it's a good lens. And you can get them for like $300 or $400. I just didn't like how the motor, when you zoom in, it's like a little delayed because it's
Yeah.
all motor controlled. I have the R50V and it's a great camera for the price. Nice. Yeah, I feel like the only downside is if you're rolling.
These are awesome.
If you're rolling long, it's still got a limit on it. I think it stops after 30 or 40 minutes or
Probably a
something.
30-minute record. Does it take
Yeah.
photos?
Yeah.
why it would.
No viewfinder. I assume no mechanical shutter, but is Michael a maker too? He seems like a chill roommate. Yeah, he's a filmmaker. Also videographer. So we're in a lot of the same stuff. There's such a cool cinema camera out there, but I'm afraid to talk about it because then its prices spike. Ain't that real? I don't think I spiked the prices too much though on my.
You guys spiked the prices for us. It's the other way around. We have not spiked a single price.
Yeah.
You guys spiked the
When you don't
prices for it.
Well, I made that video on the power
I'm gonna start saying
zoom.
we shoot everything on Nikon D3400s. And you guys
We
can go
should-
spike those prices all
Yeah,
you want.
We should buy 1,000 Nikons that are really old for super cheap, and then make a ton of videos saying, "This is the best camera ever," and then. I feel like people actually do that. I think there's.
a camera that they're gonna want to spike.
I think there's digicam resellers that actually do that. But yeah, so I sold the 18 to 105. I dropped the camera on the 10 to 18. The one that I made the video about, this one, the 18 to 200 power zoom. This is an excellent lens. I was about to try to.
You guys can spike the price already more on a Coolpix. I got my Coolpix working.
I was about to try to clean all the dust off this sensor with my shirt before realizing that my shirt is also covered in sawdust right
That's the lens I was going to talk to you about.
now. Oh, this one.
That one's broke.
Yeah. So I got Trent Miscast. He's been filming all his videos on this because it's really good autofocus, power zoom.
I shot a wedding on that too when I used your FX30 that one time.
Yeah. And it technically works. If you don't zoom, the autofocus works fine, but for whatever reason, the sensor that knows what focal length it's at is screwed up. And so when I zoom in or out, the focus just completely goes whack and it loses focus. So it sort of works if you use it as a prime, but zooming in and out, it's just too annoying to be useful. And then I have functioning autofocus EF lenses, but EF to Sony doesn't work.
Autofocus won't be working.
So the only autofocus I have is if I were to shoot on my Canon M50, which the autofocus doesn't work in 4K, it only works in 1080. So it's a big old mess, and I don't have enough money to buy any lenses right now. EOS M is impossible to spike. They made a gazillion. For real. I mean, to be fair, I did buy mine for $100, and now they're like $250, but still, that's incredibly cheap. So anyway, I can send some mail to you. Yeah, I got a P.O. box in the description. Also, I see your Discord notifications. I'll message you back after the stream. Is it really shilling an EOS M if they don't? I don't know. It's a genuinely cool camera. I think it's overstated how useful it is, but for like sort of a film emulation thing, it's pretty sick. I guess I'm one of the shills.
True.
That was my first video to 100K. Recently sold my EOS M, really regret ever buying it. Yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but it's like with the magic lantern, I don't know. It just takes too long. It's a long workflow in my eyes. Yeah, it is not a beginner-friendly camera. It was my first mirrorless or DSLR style camera, and it was so confusing. But it's sick. It is really powerful. I can't imagine being a popular YouTuber. I don't know if I could live with the fact that talking about the cheap shit I love would make them more popular. I know. Well, when I made the video about the 18 to 2, and I'm not that popular of a YouTuber. I couldn't swing the price on something if I tried. At least not that much, unless it's really rare. But the 18 to 200 video got like 90K views, and I said very explicitly in it, I'm like, I like this lens for a very specific set of reasons that apply to my style of filmmaking. Please don't go and buy up all of these. Because for most people, it's not an optically great lens. I just liked it because it's a super zoom. And I haven't made a video yet about the lens that I currently use for everything. I guess I've mentioned it in like speed booster videos and stuff, but I don't, yeah. I don't like hyping stuff up in general, even not just to not spike the prices, but just because everybody
never even given me a compliment.
Everybody uses
They
different
don't believe in
stuff.
hyping things up.
No, yeah. I'm a huge asshole, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah, I'm actually super fake. The whole, like, really chill guy persona is, like, all a manufactured front.
Can't wait for you guys to realize there's 10 employees.
I'm
that
also
actually
like,
do all
yeah,
the video.
I'm also like Mr. Beast style production. Like, there's 100 people that work for me, and I just pretend. Whenever there's a shot of me drilling a hole, and then it jump cuts to me drilling the next set of holes, it's actually like I just drilled that for that one shot, and then there's this other guy that comes in and does the rest of it, and then I come back in just for the shot. You know, it's all fake. All faked. We use some AI too. None of this is real. What? I knew it. I wish. Actually, I don't wish. That sounds awful. Do you know of any forums or Discord channels for lens repairing? I do not. I do not. Get your roommate to shoot the daily vlog with you this summer. Make it as cinematic as you can. Maybe. They want me to vlog the whole move. I don't know if I can do that. I'll try to make as much as I can, but...
Evan's like the type...
One day, if I ever have money...
Evan is the type
I'll
that
pay you.
if he were to do that, he'd explode. I've watched him like do things off of camera for a video that he probably should have recorded.
Uh-huh.
But then he's like, no, if I focus on recording it, I'm going to blow up because I can't stand. Like, there's times where you're just like, you have to do something.
There's certain things
and
that I
it's
can't
rare,
do.
But then your brain's like, I don't want the camera to see this at all. Like, you're like, I can't focus.
Yeah.
So you recording a move would be the death of you.
Yes.
Because when you moved in here 2 years ago, around this time of year,
I filmed it a little bit.
Yeah, but there was like a lot where you're like, I'm not even gonna film because I just want my desk to be a desk.
No,
first.
yeah. There's definitely stuff where it's like, okay, a shot of me carrying all this crap up the stairs would be great, but I'm already like frustrated enough at. Because remember when we moved into this place, or when I was moving into this place, there was no AC and the power was off.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was doing it in the middle of the night, and it was so hot and humid in here, and there was no lights on. I did film enough of it, and I'm glad I did, because that was a pretty good video. But yeah, there's definitely stuff that, like, self-filming and being on camera is just too much.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd do more videos like the Sewer Lens sponsor? I don't know what you were trying to type there. Sponsor vid. Love more camera focused vids even more. I'm glad you like that. I tried to not do like strictly review content, but that was more of like a demo and screwing around. I'll do more as more camera companies reach out. So far it's just been Sure for the most part, but I got some other stuff in the works. What camera are you filming this on? Some heavy vignetting. Yeah, it's a
Red.
Yeah, it's a red actually.
Yeah, it's
we put the vignette on after in post. It's a FX30, so APS-C sensor with an APS-C lens that's speed boosted down. So you're seeing the edge of frame effectively as if it were an APS-C lens on a full frame camera. The lens is the Tamron. Is it Tamron or is it, what's the other one? I don't know. It's a 16 to 300. It's the longest range power zoom. I almost knocked my coffee over. Longest range power zoom EF lens ever made, I believe. And it's optically pretty messy, but I like it because it zooms so far that I never have to change lenses. People want to see the struggle. Yeah. Well, I try to film a lot of the struggle, but there's a certain level that's just too much. It gets frustrating. I think my tolerance for pushing through issues is pretty high. That's a large part of my job in making these videos, but yeah. I think especially for me, it's like also in the summer in the heat. That drives me nuts. Like being underneath a car trying to film it, and I'm like, this shot sucks. There's no lighting under here. I'm sweating like a dog, and I can't get this bolt to come unstuck. That's the worst filming experience. I like being in here with my AC on, and I have a little, hella lighting. I can see what I'm doing, making something on my workbench. That's lovely. And then when I run into issues, it's like, okay, this is in control somewhat. Please keep all your digits this move. I'll do my best. I'll be safer. We'll not be making that mistake again. 16 to 300 is wild. I know, right? It's nuts. Like the downside is that it's APS-C, so we get the vignetting when I speed boost it, and very soft focus, very not parfocal, and kind of hazy, warping around the edges, bad focus breathing, whatever. But I'll take it all for the range. Love your vids, Unk. Keep being swag. Thanks, bro. Am I Unk? I'm only 25. Gonna be fun seeing you build a new workshop. Hell yeah. See if Amaran would sponsor you so you can get better lighting. Yeah, true. That would be a good company to work with. Just now remembered your vid about speed boosters. We'll go and add glass from my EF to X speed booster for my Canon 75 to 300. Yeah, I love speed boosters because they add a stop of light, but they don't add any depth of field. So it's effectively like opening your aperture more without blurring the background more, which I kind of don't like. I like the shot being brighter, but I don't like the blurry background look. So it's like, it's a win-win, and you get wider shots. Lens looks good. Way more interested in lenses that have character instead of technically perfect lenses. Me too. Especially in the age of AI. AI cannot replicate my slightly off-centered vignette and non-parallel focus plane. Gonna head out now. Awesome stream, dude. Have a great night. Bids make my day every time. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I think I'm gonna hop off as well. How does this vignetting even happen? It's the edge of the image circle. The lens only projects an image that's so big. And so when you're using a larger sensor camera like a full frame, you need a lens that projects a larger image, right? So I'm using a lens that projects an image sized for a smaller APS-C sensor, and then I'm using a focal reducer, which makes the image circle even smaller. And so you're seeing literally the edges of that black circle that you're seeing is literally the edge of the inside of the lens, There's some lenses even that when you see the edge of the image circle, like right here, you'll see little rods or little mechanical parts from the inside of the lens right there, which is super sick. Yeah. How long was this stream? Oh, over 2 hours. Nice. That's good. That is good. I'm going to hop off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, chat. Yeah, Nan should be here soon. Sick. And I gotta eat. I'm hungry.
Goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat. Thanks for hanging out. I'll have another video up soon on my new monitor rig and then some other ridiculous stuff as usual. Thanks, folks. Thanks for hanging out. See you soon on another stream. Peace.